understand you've been conned. And you know, that's what I have to say at the end of the day here. But I know that Muslims are an incredibly diverse group, just like Christians are, just like there are radical Hindus that go around bombing and killing people. That's the radicals. And the statement that, you know, all of Islam wants to kill everybody isn't true. I'm done talking about it. The point is, let's go ahead and talk to Mark in Idaho. Mark, you're on the air. Welcome.
Hi, Alex. Here in Boise, Idaho, the economy is getting bad to the point the homeless shelters are turning people away, according to my sources in the homeless population.
No, I've seen statistics on that. And in California, they're now picking up the homeless at night and taking them to sports stadium centers, which is the beginning of the camps.
I agree with that assessment, Alex, which is why I'm scared about a new piece of HUD legislation called Petra. Basically what it does is that it privatizes all housing programs, and from what I've seen in Russia today, the housing advocacy people are concerned that this will displace a lot more people.
Absolutely. You're having the core services cut, like streets and police and fire, and then the taxes are going up to pay interest to the private bankers that engineer the collapse. This is their takeover program they've done in every nation, and it's done by design. We have the IMF World Bank documents. We have it was actually in Bloomberg, new memos from Goldman Sachs about how they're engineering things. And anybody that says they're not engineering this is wrong.
I've also heard from the taxi cab drivers in downtown Boise how construction sites are even being abandoned because apparently the construction companies are having their assets freezed by the banks.
Let me raise that since you brought it up. Here's AP today. Home sales plunged 27% to lowest in 15 years. Sales of previously occupied homes plunged last month to the lowest in 15 years, despite the lowest mortgage rates in decades and bargain prices in many areas. People can't get the loans, or they're not comfortable doing it. July sales fell more than 27%. To a seasonally adjusted annual rate of 3.83 million, the National Association of Realtors said Tuesday was the largest monthly drop on record, dating back to 1968. And sharp declines were recorded in all regions of the country. The plunge in home sales also magnified fears about the broader economy. Yes, the economy is in free fall.
Okay, and from what I keep hearing from people on housing, is that not only are they concerned about losing their homes, that they're concerned that they can't really support any of their families at all. And I host my own talk show, and one of my hosts is on housing, and he tells me that he has to go into the U.S. military because he can't afford to keep his kids in the vicarious situation that he's in.
My friend, I hear you, and I'm sorry to hear that that's happening. Let's go ahead and talk to Essa in North Carolina. You're on the air.
Hey, how you doing, Alex?
Good, sir.
Okay, I have one question, 2 points. Okay, have you ever heard of a lady called Maria Montessori? The Montessori Teachers Association. And my 2 points is, if men want to keep their testosterone levels up, get plenty of zinc. And you're right about playing the video games because they can really take a lot out of you.
Oh, are you talking about Montessori?
Yeah, Montessori. Yes.
It's a little new agey, but it's better than public school. I've investigated it when my children were in preschool for about a year. I put them in Montessori. And I didn't take them out because I was really unhappy with it. We just thought we could do a better education, more classical. It was actually less than a year, about a semester or a little more, and they just wanted to be with us. But Montessori varies from school to school from what I've seen. My sister went to Montessori in preschool, and she graduated with high marks in college. So, I mean, it worked well for her.
It was pretty good because I investigated that Maria because I know is the UN are they sponsoring that program? Or?
I don't know enough about it. Again, I think the straw that broke the camel's back was some of the teaching material was new agey. and kind of pro-UN-y. So I said, get them out of there. And that was years ago. And I do remember, didn't it start in India? I mean, now the data's coming up in my mind. If memory serves, it is kind of a UN operation. Listen, I appreciate your call. Good points. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Stay with us. On the other side, more calls and a ton of news straight ahead.
Is your debt problem a ticking time bomb? Thanks to a new financial consumer relief program designed in response to the economic crisis facing millions of Americans, you don't have to wait until it's too late to defuse your debt. If you owe $10,000 or more in credit card bills and are struggling to make minimum payments, get ready to take down this number for free information that could potentially save your home, the lifestyle you're accustomed to, and your family's financial well-being. But don't wait. Studies show that if most debt problems are confronted directly, beneficial settlements, manageable monthly payments, and quick restoration of credit are more easily attained, potentially saving you thousands of dollars in interest charges, fees, and unpaid debt. Don't procrastinate. Call now for your free information and begin putting your economic house in order today. To qualify for this program, you must have $10,000 in credit card debt. Call the American Debt Associates at 800-876-2966. 800-876-2966. Again, 800-876-2966.
Good day, Jim Newcomer from Midas Resources, August 24th, 2010. Gold opened this morning at $12.1720. A 1-ounce gold coin can be purchased for $12.4970, $624.85 for a half ounce, or $312.43 for a quarter ounce. That's $12.4970, $624.85, or $312.43.
Again, the Congressional Budget Office sounds the alarm, warning of Greek-style U.S. debt crises. CBO is drawing a parallel between U.S. economy and the Greek economic meltdown. Debt to GDP climbing to unfamiliar territory and deficits rising to unsupportable levels. Hi, Ted Anderson. The Federal Debt and Risk of Financial Crises document the CBO has published is a must-read for every American. Covering the risks of deficit spending, aging population, and rising interest rates spells economic disaster. Call today at 800-686-2237. I'll send it free. Again, call 800-686-2237. Ask for the CBO document. Call 800-686-2237.
The question is, where should the American people draw their line in the sand?
What have we got? A republic or a monarchy?
A republic is based on a constitution which protects minority rights.
Not democracy, not mob rule, two wolves and a sheep voting on what's for dinner.
So they think they own our land, they think they own our water, children, our education, our money.
We have to define who we are and what we will tolerate.
Somebody's going to ask you what you did during the Patriot Uprising.
You have been warned.
We have the facts. We have the Constitution. We have the Bill of Rights. We have common law. Knowledge is power, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm so excited to be able to offer you Don't Tread on Me, Rise of the Republic. Tyranny is upon us, but liberty and the sleeping giant that is the American people is rising. A new tool in the info war. Don't Tread on Me. Order it at Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139 and support independent, patriotic Liberty films.
You've seen our SinoFresh banner on the GCN website, yet your sinusitis is still a problem. Are you waiting for your sinusitis to go away by itself? Are you waiting for a SinoFresh discount? Okay, here it comes. But first, the facts. 67 other products merely treat symptoms and not the cause of sinus problems. And 37 million Americans suffer from sinus distress just like you. But now many are finding relief with the only patent-protected homeopathic nasal product that antiseptically eliminates the known causes of sinusitis. SinoFresh. Now, here's your limited time discount offer to use SinoFresh. Call 888-906-3636 right now for $2 off per bottle when you mention GCN. That's it. Just call 888-906-3636 and mention GCN for a $2 discount. But hurry, this offer is only for the first 1,000 customers. Call 888-906-3636. 888-906-3636. Call right now for $2 off per bottle. Mention GCN. Buy SinoFresh.com. It works.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back live. Let's go back to your calls. Scotty in California, you're on the air. Welcome.
Thank you, Alex. Really big fan of yours. Been Prison Planet TV member for about 2 years. You've really woken me up. I'm sure your ears burn a lot because I talk about you all the time. I wanted to agree with you about what you were talking about this morning with subliminals and the binaural beats. I used to play with that about 20 years ago myself. And then yesterday you had asked us what we thought government's biggest lie is. And, of course, I think besides the official 9/11 story, free energy. I'm sure Nikola Tesla had all kinds of patents back in the early 1900s that we would probably have free energy now, and that would probably destroy the whole money power structure if energy was free.
Well, regardless, we need to get rid of the private Federal Reserve and have a national debate about the money system we want and to get it back under Congress as it's meant to be under law. And exposing them is half the battle, and then having a national debate about what type of currency we want, gold back or fiat, that's up to we the people that control the Congress.
Right. But what do you think about, like, alternative energies like hydrogen production? I've actually put a couple of stainless steel wall plates together with a battery and some water and have actually...
Well, here's the deal. What I've confirmed is in the 70s, General Motors and others, the Japanese as well, had systems that would give you a car that could drive 120 miles an hour and would get over 50 miles per gallon fuel efficiency. So they've got deals with the oil companies. These are patented. These are on record by the auto companies. They go buy them up. They've got all sorts of zero-point energy, all sorts of other things they've been suppressing. And then all the fake green energy, like wind and things, doesn't supply any of what you need and is cost prohibitive and actually costs 2 jobs for every job it makes. So, yes, there is an attempt to block out true energy independence and then create a fake clone of it, of limited systems that the globalists control. So, yes, energy obviously is key. The globalists are racing in to buy up water supplies and then to restrict water. They're really hyping that, the privatization of water. It's all paramount. And I actually have Tommy Pilata has made a new interactive film /website /book that he's going to premiere in the next 2 weeks here on this radio show, and it's going to be free, the premiere of it, to my listeners. So we're very excited about that. And it's all about the energy conspiracy with, of course, celebrated filmmaker and researcher Tommy Pilata, films like Scanner Darkly, Waking Life, Slacker, he's in that. A good friend of mine, he's over in Europe right now, but he's going to be on the show in the next 2 weeks. We are lining that up right now, so that should be very exciting.
Well, I thank you for everything you do, Alex. I'm a big fan, and you're my hero. Keep up the good work. God bless.
Brother, you're my hero. The willingness to resist oppression and to wake up our fellow humans, that is the heroic idea. We are all together. We are all brothers in arms, sisters in arms. Let's talk to Jim in Oregon. You're on the air, Jim.
Good morning, Alex. I think one of the soft underbellies of the globalists is the China trade. That is affecting our economy big time, and nobody's talking about it.
Yeah, no, that's the leg that's cut off, and they won't even put a tourniquet on it. Their answer is more globalism. Let's hack the other leg off and slit our throat and stab us 15 times in the heart.
Right, the China trade with the inequities, the 39% of our manufacturing has been offshored. A countless number of jobs have never been created in America.
Yeah, let's be clear. It's not free or fair trade. They have no environmental standards. They keep their currency lower than ours, which is a trade imbalance, a form of tariff. There's tax incentives by our government to move over there. Their people have the slave wages. And so, of course, it's a giant sucking sound, like Ross Perot said. Mexico can't even compete with China and India, so it's imploding. Go ahead.
Well, I think that affects so many people in America. You listen to C-SPAN in the morning. Whenever trade comes up, everybody's saying that China trade, NAFTA, this phony free trade is bad, and yet the elites, the globalists, they don't want to touch it.
Because it's consolidating power for them. But we can do one thing. We can stop buying Chinese. And that doesn't mean that occasionally you don't have a choice. But when you have a chance to buy American-made light bulbs or jeans or water filters, sponsors we have, when you have a chance, or even things that have